Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everyone. It is May 9th, 2024, and it is time for our Good Morning Coffee and Talk. I'm Dolly, and this is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and I'm so glad that you're here. And wow, there's a bunch of people already here. We have got Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. She's saying hi to me and Ruben. Yeah, Ruben's out there. Ruben was very funny this morning. He climbed down off his cage. This time I saw him do it, though. He climbed down off his cage, was kind of wandering around on the floor, and Spirit came right up. My cat Spirit came right up to Ruben, and they touched noses, and then Ruben went, "What was that?" And the cat, I'm not kidding you, went, "Whee!" It like flew away. I got to remember to grab my camera anytime these things happen. Dang it. But it was very funny. And Jenny's here. Good morning. Good morning, Jenny. Good to see you, my friend. And Flowing's here. Good morning, Flowing. How are you today? Oh, look at Flowing is making some toast. Oh, I love toast. I love toast. Katie's here. Good morning. Good morning. She's happy to see everybody, and I'm happy to see you, my sweet sister from another mister. And Flowing's back now, so we can begin. Okay, sounds good. Katie loves the smell of toast. So do I. I love the smell of toast so much. Toast and coffee. Oh my gosh. Toast and coffee. Speaking of coffee, I've got my coffee. It's good. Good stuff. Actually perked coffee this morning. So it's a little stronger than normal. So if my hair starts to curl, you know why. That would be really funny. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Tastes so good in the morning with tea. Tea. I'm a nighttime tea drinker. I like green tea. I like the sleepy time tea. And there's this tea that I get, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's for when I have a cold. Echinacea tea. Love tea, you guys. She's saying, oh, Jenny's saying the VA home here is awesome. That's so cool. You're in New Mexico now, correct? Flowing already had coffee and switched to tea. All right, cool. I have coffee and I've got water. Those are my go-tos all day long. It's been hot enough here lately that hot beverages are on my evening list to enjoy. Yeah, same girl. Katie is very happy for Jenny. We're all very happy for Jenny. Very, very happy for Jenny. That's awesome. And Nancy says, which is pretty cool. Oh, everybody's laughing now. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, Janet. Oh, Janet. Good morning. Good morning, sister. How are the wolves? Have you been out there lately to see the wolves by your sister's place? Oh, look at you guys. Potential spam is calling me. Can you guys see that? Potential spam. Should we answer it together? Let's answer it together. Hello? 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 You don't answer. All right, I hung up on him. Okay, what else have we got going on here? Tension tea. Or tension tamer tea is also really good. What's in tension tamer tea? Codeine? I love Egyptian chamomile tea. I've had chamomile tea, but I don't know if it was Egyptian. Yes, I was traveling and missed Katie on Monday. Oh, dang, nabbit. Well, you know, we don't want you to crash your car. We don't want you to crash your car. And speaking of which, speaking of Katie on Mondays, Katie and I were talking, and with my upcoming surgery and all that recovery time I'm going to need, I don't know that I'll be able to sustain two live streams a week. So I asked Katie if she would mind taking over Tuesday. And she agreed. She thought that was a great idea. I thought it was a great idea. So she's going to be doing the Good Morning Talks on Tuesday. And for now, I'll do Wednesday and Thursday just to try to keep the week full of a nice Good Morning show. Between Katie, myself, and Sonia, we should be able to, do that. So keep a lookout on Katie's channel. She'll be doing the Tuesday morning show from this point forward, which will be very helpful for me. Everybody's saying, including Flowing, that Jenny, we are glad that you are enjoying your travel and work. We certainly are. We certainly are. Willow Love is here. Good morning, Willow Love. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Janet says that she visited the wolves last night. My favorite part was seeing children running around. Oh, that's awesome. Jenny's talking about how they've got a wellness gym for the staff. Now that is nice. That is a nice thing to have. It is. At my last job, the one that I just quit recently, they had we had a physical fitness regimen that we did every day, which was really great. As it's neat when you get together with a giant group of people and you all start exercising together, right? I just love that. It was super cool. And Katie says, changing my morning show day to Tuesday. Yes, yes. And it's going to be great, Katie. I promise you it'll be awesome. They did a dinner for volunteers and families. Oh, that is so nice. I love that. I will need to rest and heal. Yes. But you know what? Interacting with you guys, with my friends is going to be part of my recovery process. All right. So it might not be anything fancy. It might just be you guys, me, out on the patio, just chatting in the morning. But I would like to continue doing this because this brings me so much joy and so much light. And I'm hoping it brings it for you guys too. And that's why you're here. I hope we can keep doing this together. I love the positive energy we have here. And it's nice to have a safe place where we can all just talk and, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The cataract surgery is scheduled for May 28th. Then the second eye 2 weeks from the first. So you and I will be surgery sisters, Nancy, on the 28th. So I'll send energy to you if you send some energy to me, okay? We'll do it together. Oh, speaking of which, you guys, I have the candles lit on my altar today for all of the people who have been affected by the 80 tornadoes. There's been over 80 tornadoes in the last 3 days across the central plains of the United States and down in the southern half of the United States. 80! I mean, that's craziness to think about, right? And so many people have been affected by these storms. So this morning I did a little ritual to Odin, Tyr, and Thor. And I said, please, give some wisdom, some strength, some courage to these people as they rebuild their lives and try to collect back what they have, and a prayer of thanks for keeping them safe, for not, because so many people could have died in this, and there were a lot of people who almost did, but they survived. So, I mean, I put out a lot of gratitude for that. Early detection and warning is so important, and it is saving lives, right? So it's also a prayer for all the first responders, EMT, firefighters, all these people who have come together to help these communities out, and Odin, Tyr, and Thor, definitely gods for those guys, for those women and men who put themselves in harm's way to do good for their communities, right? I also said a prayer to Kuan Yin, and because she pours out blessings and compassion out onto the world, and to Freya, because y'all need Freya. Okay, y'all need Freya. Y'all need the badass divine feminine in your lives as well, and she jumps in and she helps people. So I had a lot of praying going on this morning, putting lots of intention out into the universe, and I'd ask that you guys do the same because I think it's important. All right, let's see here. Oh, nifty. They have solar panels for the staff to park under. See, now that is smart. That is smart. Businesses that are using solar panels over their parking lots, because you think of a parking lot, it's this giant span of blacktop, blacktop and or concrete, which actually helps to heat up the stratosphere, okay, or heat up the environment, right, causing problems. But when you put solar panels out there, you are at least using some of that sun's energy for good. So I think that is super cool. Super, super cool. Katie says, I would love to sit out outside on the patio with you. Girl, I wish you could come over here and sit out on the patio with me. Oh my gosh, my neighbors would love you, Katie. They would absolutely love you, and you would love them. You have a lot in common. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky that I have the neighbors that I have. You would love them. All you guys would love them. And maybe one of them will stop over during one of the live streams. Who knows? All right. It starts my days off right when I watch you and Katie. Aw, thank you, Jenny. That is so nice to hear. I appreciate that so much. And Teresa Ford says, wow, 80. Hi, Teresa, by the way. She says, wow, 80. Yeah, 80. 80. I mean, maybe that happens every year and I just don't know about it. But that just seems like an awful lot of tornadoes. So I am, that's why I wanted to say some prayers for all the people. You two should play on the astral plane together on the 28th. I am certainly going to try. If I can find you, Nancy, on the astral plane, I will definitely sit down and wait it out together. Although I think that if you're having cataract surgery, aren't you awake for cataract surgery, or do they put you under? I don't know. I don't know what they do. I can't remember what they did for my mom. They might have had her like in a light twilight anesthesia, because I was able to bring her home the same day. So, and it made a huge difference, Nancy, for my mom. So I'm sure it's going to make a huge difference for you too. You're going to be like, wow, this is great. Yeah, my sister said they're predicting 90s and it's only May. Whew, that's warm. I just literally put my fan on thinking about it. Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Nancy says, we had tornado warnings here during the wee morning hours, which I slept through. Torrential rain and wind. My chihuahuas were terrified. Oh, the poor babies. Oh, my last dog, Crosby, was so afraid of tornadoes. Well, storms in general, was afraid of storms in general. So I could just imagine they were probably shaking, the poor little things. Oh, no. Let's see. Flowing says, torrential rain here too. They're calling for rain today too. Yeah, we're supposed to get a bunch of rain as well. It's very dark outside, actually. If you look back here in my hallway, where am I? If you look back here in my hallway, you see this light right here. That's actual natural light coming in because we have solar tubes in our house in different places to bring in natural light. But normally that is so blindingly bright that I close my door when I'm doing my morning show. But today it's like dark out, so I could leave it open. Katie says, most of the covered parking here has solar panels. See, that is smart. And remember me reading to you guys that story about how they were talking about putting solar panels in cemeteries? I think that is a great idea. I think that is a fantastic use of land. Put up solar panels. Let's get away from these fossil fuels. I mean, come on. Teresa says, I think it's unusual to have this many. I think so too. I'm kind of a weather nerd, so I pay attention to these things. I can't remember another time where we had 80. I mean, maybe back in the 70s once. It's crazy. It would be scary to have eye surgery fully awake. Yeah, you're probably right. But you're probably right. Yeah, they probably do put you under. Nancy says, they numb my eye and give me something that makes me out of it, but kind of awake. La La Land. I like La La Land. Katie says, it's 68 right now with a high 87. Perfect blue skies, but windy. We are now in our wildfire season. Oh, yeah. We are in the opposite of wildfire season right now. We are in flood season. Jenny says they're calling for a bad hurricane season in the south this year. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Nancy said, would this weather have anything to do with the solar flares? Well, that's an interesting question. And I only know a little bit about this, but I do know that there is a definite magnetic connection between the Earth and the sun, which only makes sense, right? I mean, the sun is a giant nuclear reactor, and it puts out all different kinds of magnetic energy. And our Earth has a magnetosphere, which protects it from these magnetic storms that come flying at us from the sun. So, when there's solar flares, it's like a concentrated beam of particles coming flying at our Earth. So, maybe that heats up the stratosphere or the ionosphere, actually. And, that causes things to happen. I don't know. That would be something to research, Nancy. I'm going to do that. That's a good question. All right, let's have a sip of coffee. Sip of coffee. Let me tell you. So, yeah, I watch a channel called Suspicious Observers. Have you guys ever seen Suspicious Observers? The guy who runs that channel really understands these things about like the magnetic connection between the Earth and the sun. Check it out. Gypsy JJ, good morning. How are you? It is good to see you. Mwah! I'm glad you're here. Nancy says, sip, sip. Right? You guys and your sip, sip. That makes me giggle. All right, well, let's do a Raise Your Vibration Oracle card from Kyle Gray today to get our day off right. It's already 10:15, so let's raise our vibes. Let's raise our vibes today. What does it say? It says, you are a divine facet of the universe. You are a divine facet of the universe. I love that. I love thinking of us all as facets, and if you look at this card, each facet is unique. No two are the same. And that's kind of how we are. I mean, no, we're a lot like snowflakes, we're all different. We might be made of the same stuff, but we're all unique and special. So I like that. So let us do that today, you guys. Let us think about how we are facets, not something out of a cookie cutter. We're all facets. We all gleam. We all shine. We all catch the light in our own special way. So how are you going to gleam gleam and shine today. Gleam and shine today. Let's do that. Let's do that thing. Especially on days like this when it's dark, you might need a flashlight, but you can still shine. So that's awesome. That is awesome. So would you guys like to do some, I know we missed the horoscopes this week. I think we're far enough into the week where it might not be relevant anymore, so I'm not going to do that. But I did pull some cards where we can go through some questions again. I know you guys seem to like to do that, and I enjoy doing that too. It helps us get to know each other. So we'll do that. Katie says, or I'm sorry, here we go. Let me go back. Flowing says, yes, we are. And Teresa Ford says, true. And Katie says, I love that. And Katie says, I am spending my day making resin lovelies. That's awesome. And Jenny says, like Katie's glass pieces. Yes, exactly like that. Exactly like the glass pieces. Katie says, thank you, Jenny. Heart, heart, heart. All right, so here's your first question. I thought this one was kind of interesting. If you could design and build a room of your own, what would it be like? If you could design and build a room of your own, what would it be like? Now that's a good question. If I could build a room of my own, it would look a lot like this one. Only it would have it would be much bigger. It would be at least 10 feet bigger. And it would have floor to ceiling bookshelves so I could put all my books in my sacred space, which I wish I could do right now, but I can't because I don't have the room in here. Plucky Heroine, good morning. How are you? Thanks for coming. So Katie says, okay, so the question is for Plucky, because you just came in. The question is, if you could design and build a room of your own, what would it be like? What would you have in it? What would it feel like? And Katie said, a solarium full of plants and birds. Oh, that's exciting. That would be really cool. Gypsy JJ says, music and magic. I love it. Willow says, covered in plants. Yes. Plants give so much great energy. See, I like how a couple of you have already mentioned plants. Actually, now here comes, wait, hang on. Teresa says, one side of books, one side of crystals and other stuff, and one side of crafting stuff. Oh, that sounds perfect, Teresa. That sounds perfect. You need some plants too, though. Well, no, you could do whatever you want for your room. Flowing says, comfy sofas with green plants and music. Large door opens to mountains and a stream. Oh, that's perfect. That sounds like the place that I've created in my head for when I go meditating. Jenny says, a meditation room with one door in or out with bookshelves and glass windows and a plant or two. All right. That sounds amazing. Nancy said, I would like to enclose my front deck and make it a sunroom with arched glass windows. Look, low bookcases all around. Oh, I can totally visualize that. Plants and crystals abounding. Ceiling fans, archway into the living room. Oh, that sounds amazing. And Katie says, plants clean the air. They provide pure oxygen. Yes, I did not know before I met Katie how much plants, how much great energy and how cleansing plants are. Like now I've got plants everywhere, right? And she's right. They clean the air. They clean the energy. They're reactive. They're reactive, which is wild, So I am surrounded by plants now, and I love my plants. Gypsy JJ is going to move in with Flowing. Make room, Flowing. Here comes Gypsy JJ. All right. Well, that was awesome, you guys. A lot like what you guys said about like having bookshelves. Right now I do have floor to ceiling bookshelves. I have 5 of them down in the basement, and they're full of my books. I would love to have them closer to me, right? One of those, they're like 7 feet tall, about 4 feet wide, and I have one that is just full of spiritual and books on faith and different spiritual practices. And I would really love that whole bookshelf up here. I've got lots of reference books. Actually, I think I got 1.5 shelves now full of spiritual books. Plus, I've got 4 bookshelves in here that have books, spiritual books on them. So I have I'd like to have all that nearby because it's good reference. So that's definitely a goal for the future. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I am so happy to see you, Miss Teresa. I am really glad to see you. Thanks for coming. More coffee. All right, you guys ready for the next question? All right, this one's kind of a fun one. What fashion trend you followed was very cool then, but now looks ridiculous? What fashion trend you followed was very cool then, but now looks ridiculous? All right. I'll be interested to see what you guys have to say about that one. I had quite a few stupid things that I did. Willow says cowbell jeans. Yeah, but we all loved them, right? We all loved our cowbell jeans. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, say hi.
Okay. All right. And then Flowing's like, hot pants under a mini dress. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, that made me laugh. Katie's like, wide leg jeans. Yeah. And it's funny, don't ever throw your wide leg jeans away. Don't ever do it. You know why? Because every 20 to 30 years, they come back in style. So do not throw them away. Plucky says, acid wash jeans and really big hair. Right? Okay. We must be from somewhat of the same era. Nancy says, on me now, a mini dress. But back in the day, girl, hot, I bet. Yeah, I'm not ever going to be in a mini dress ever again in my life. I can assure you of that. Teresa still loves big bell pants. Will you go, girl, with your big bell pants? Gypsy JJ said, I never followed. Good on you. Jenny says, 80s day glow clothes, MC Hammer pants. Yes. That's actually what I was going to say. I was going to talk about the big old MC Hammer pants and oversized shirts with giant shoulder pads. You guys remember shoulder pads? They made you look like a linebacker. Why did we like these things? I have no idea. But big giant shoulder pads and crazy geometric patterns that were all fluorescent, and oh yeah. And then another thing we did when I was in high school was we did that whole roll up the bottom of your jeans thing. Do you guys remember that? And then you tie a bandana to your leg. Oh yeah, that was nuts. And I went through phases. I had a Cyndi Lauper phase where I had all kinds of things shaved into my head, shaved into my hair. I went through a Madonna phase where I was wearing all kinds of crazy mismatched jewelry and black, I went through all kinds of phases. Katie says, my favorite jeans were Levi's glove jeans, tight in the butt, but wide in the leg. Yeah. I remember those. Oh my gosh. Aquanet. Okay, so back in high school, I had big giant hair. And you know how everybody would do the whoop up in the front of their hair like that, and then it would just go, and everyone was getting spiral perms and stuff. I had like so much hair, and my hair is really thick. It's really, really thick. So in order for me to get my hair to stay in any kind of way, I had to practically put a can of Aquanet on my head to just keep it in place. How did I not start on fire? I was a smoker. How did I not start on fire? That's what I want to know. Closeout today is from the 80s and 90s. Yeah. Things come around again, right? They come around for sure. Willow says, I never liked shoulder pads. I never liked them either, but everybody was wearing them, and when I was in high school, before my senior year, at least, I was a joiner. I just wanted to blend in. I didn't want anyone to notice me, so I wasn't like doing my own thing. Everybody was wearing shoulder pads, so I wore shoulder pads. Ridiculous. Are you hearing Ruben in the background? He's going, Ruben. Ruben. That's my bird. He's nuts. He's happy Chrissy's home. He loves Chrissy so much. Oh my God, I had a mullet. I'm not gonna lie, but my mullet was like really bizarre because I had like these V's cut into my hair in the back, and I had the sides shaved. So yeah, I look flock of seagulls. Think flock of seagulls. I was doing that kind of stuff. Might as well have fun with the clothes, says Teresa Ford. I agree. And when we're in high school and we're first learning to express ourselves and find our own identity, that often gets manifested through our clothing, right? Yep, big hair. I get big hair without the Aquanet and hairspray. Hi, Chrissy May.
Hi.
So Chrissy went to go get an iron injection today. How did that go?
Ugh. Well, they started out trying to get my hand.
Yeah.
That hurt like a bee.
Uh-huh.
But they did get it here, no problem.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Do not get it in your hand.
Oh, I don't have a problem with my hand. I think you have to be a special kind of person to handle that kind of pain, though.
Look at it. How swollen.
It is. I just there. Make it all better. Go put some ice on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hello all.
Hello.
Have a good day.
Do you hear Ruben trying to get your attention?
Yes.
He's like, Chrissy.
Hello, Ruben.
All right, Nancy says, go-go boots. Yes, go-go boots. Who does, I still kind of like go-go boots. Is that wrong? Floyd's like, I'm laughing. My sister's hair was crazy. Blocked out the Christmas tree in a pic. Remember when you had that Christmas tree head? Oh my God. Teresa thinks, are you thinking my Ruben is cute? He is. Jenny's mom would cut her shoulder pads off. Do you hear him screaming? Oh, he is so ridiculous. I love him so much. Flowing is saying hello to Ruben. Oh, you're so sweet. Katie has broad shoulders, so adding shoulder pads looked ridiculous. Yes. Hi, my name is Katie. Oh, Jenny had a mullet. Totally is owning it too. And so did Willow. We all did. Come on, everybody had it. Oh, people are saying hi to Chrissy. Thank you. Oh, Katie hates needles in her hands too. I do too, but unfortunately, that's a lot of times the only place they can get me. And Jenny says, do they have to use small needles when you get your blood work or IV? Yes, they do. For me, they do. They do. All right, we're going to go on to the next question here. Are you guys having fun with this? Okay, so the button on the side of my mouse closes out my live stream. So we're going to put the mouse way over here. Oh no, you guys. More coffee. Oh boy. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying this. I really enjoy the questions thing. I love what it brings out in everybody. So everybody's like, Willow's like, what the heck? I can't now I have to have my mouse so that I can like highlight what you guys are saying. I just got to be careful not to touch that button. What the heck? And Jenny's like, there you are. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, everybody's having fun. Good. All right, we'll just move this over here. We'll move this over here. And okay, now I think I won't touch that button. What did you put in your black coffee, Dolly? Nothing, just black coffee today. And Gypsy JJ says, may I ask where you got your glasses? Sure, I get my glasses through Zenni. I go to a regular doctor to, get my eyes checked and stuff. I get the prescription and then I go through Zenni to get my glasses. Now, you're probably noticing that my glasses are small on me, right? I do this purposely because I cannot stand it when I'm turning my head back and forth, which happens a lot more than you'd think. I don't like it when my glasses slide down. I don't like it when they go flying off. So I like my glasses tight against my face, but you can get them bigger than this. I just like them small, but it does leave dents in my head. I have a big dent in my head. All right, here's the next question. Yeah, we're going to use this one. Which historical time period would you most like to visit? Which historical time period would you most like to visit? That is the question. And if you don't have any desire to visit anything from the past or the future, it doesn't say, it says which it's historical, so that would be the past. So if you're like, I don't like the past, I like it now, that's fine too. So yeah, Zenni. Zenni is where I get them, and they're very inexpensive. I have no line bifocals, and I pay less than $200 for my glasses. And when I was getting them from the doctor, I was paying about $2,000. So this is much more affordable. And if I scratch them, it's not like the end of the world. You know what I mean? To get another pair. So I like them. I like them very much. I've been very happy with my Zenni glasses, and I've been using Zenni now for probably about 10 years. So, okay. All right. So Teresa's like, the USA pre-colonist. Okay. So before Europeans step foot on the North American continent, that's the time frame that you'd like to visit, probably to just see what it was like before Europe wrecked it, right? And Plucky says 1910 during the arts and crafts movement. Oh, I would love that too. We're big Frank Lloyd Wright fans. And if I ever take you guys into my living room, you'll see that the whole living room is filled with Frank Lloyd Wright stuff because we are big fans of that. And Jenny says the medieval times, the 1300s. Oh yeah, that would be an interesting time. I wouldn't want to live in that time though. Pre-plumbing doesn't sound great to me, but I'd love to at least see it. Yes. Katie wants to go to North America before man. Yeah, can you imagine what that can you imagine seeing like herds of mammoths roaming across the Midwest? Oh my gosh, I have visions of that, in Buffalo for as far as the eye can see, Yeah, that would be so cool. Flowing says caveman time. Look at the earth at that time. Yes. Yeah. I think it would be neat to see the world through humanity's eyes when humanity first became sentient. When mankind was first starting to ask the questions, why am I here? What is the meaning of all this? When they started asking those questions and all the things that unfolded as a result of that, am I alone in the universe? I think that would be super cool. The 1700s, Gypsy JJ, the 1780s. Now, the 1780s wouldn't be medieval. That's post-Renaissance, I think. That would be, if you think about it, 1776 is when our country, the United States was founded as a nation. But it would be a neat time to go back and see our country in its infancy. I think that would be neat. That would be super cool. Nancy says ancient Egypt, China when building the Great Wall. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what happened, right? It would be interesting to see why some parts of the Great Wall are like majestic, with this awesome ancient architecture, and some of parts of it are just a stone wall. I'd like to understand the reasoning behind that. And ancient Egypt, just to see how the pyramids were built. I think that would be, I'd love to answer that question. How was this done? And of course, we would see aliens like moving the bricks for them. I think anyways, or alien technology at least. Bison herds miles wide. Yes. Pre-plumbing and pre-penicillin is a no for me, right? I know that sounds a little scary. Well, medieval times actually starts, the medieval time is like during the time of the Vikings. That was like the medieval times. Flowing says it would be so interesting. Gypsy JJ is like, never good at history. Fact. That's okay. And Teresa wants to know, did Ruben just meow? Yes, he does. He goes meow like that all the time. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. The time that I would like to go back to would be I'd like to go back to when humanity first started migrating into Europe. I'd like to see those people, those tribes that came out of like the Russian steppes, and the Caucasus. I'd love to see what those people were like. I'd love to see how they worshipped, what their family dynamic was like, what hunting and gathering through them was like as migratory people. I'd love to hear their language and understand it better. I have a deep fascination for those people because I feel like they were so freaking badass, and courageous. And the connection that they had to the earth, Everything depended on the earth. Everything came from the earth. Everything that they wore, everything that they ate, everything that they drank, all the materials that they used to shelter themselves, everything came from the earth. And there was such a love and reverence for the planet. And I would love to experience that kind of connection, because we can connect strongly now, but we go out and put our feet in the dirt and we connect with the earth and we smell the air and we look at the trees and we feel the rain, and then we go back into our houses, So they experienced this in a very, very different way, and I would love to do that. I really wouldn't want to visit any time or place that was patriarchal. Oh, Katie says, Black Plague was medieval times. Yes, it was. You are correct. I have dreams of me in the pyramids. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So do you feel like maybe you're experiencing a past life with that? Or what do you think that is? Or just, feeling what your ancestors might have been a part of? I think that's fascinating. I would love to meet my Indian ancestors and my dad's family pre-Mayflower. Yeah, me too. Me too, actually. I'd like to meet anybody from my family, that I've never met. I'd love to go and see them and see what their lives were like, see what they did for a living, see what joys they had in their life, see what hardships that they had to endure. The more that I could see stuff like that, I think the better appreciation I would have for what they've done. And I've already got a strong appreciation for what my ancestors did, but I'd love it to be even deeper, I'd love it to be even deeper. And Flowing says, oh, where are we? Here it is. Yes, Dolly, the dreams are so real. Past life. Yeah, they have to be. It has to be a past life. I've had some strange dreams about some strange places too. Where I'm like, okay, like clearly this is clear enough that this feels like memory, That's something that my brain is just making up. So I feel you on that. When grandmas made the rules and there was a lot more kindness. Oh, that is so true. This is what my grandma's rule was. Keep the Rhine wine hidden in the bathroom. That way, if somebody comes over who doesn't like alcohol, they'll never even know it was there. It's true. That is a rule of my grandma's. I would love to have a sit down with my great grandmother, the Arizona pioneer. Oh yeah. It would be neat. Katie, Katie has told me that she has objects that she wants to actually donate to a museum because they actually have some significance when it comes to like the foundation of Arizona, and I bet like being able to put a story behind each one of those objects would be so freaking amazing. Totally. And I know you already have some of the stories, but to hear the full story, that would be amazing. Flowing said, I found out that I have Egyptian DNA from those DNA tests. Oh, that is fascinating. That is fascinating. Now, do you know what side of the family that might have come from? Do you know which side of the family that Egyptian DNA? I know that like on my ancestry.com account, it breaks it down between mitochondrial and, paternal DNA, like where you got what from, which I think is really neat. And it's also neat that as time progresses and more and more and more and more people get their DNA tested, my DNA test on ancestry.com gets updated, which brings me even more information and makes the picture even clearer, which I just think is so freaking cool. I really do. Katie says that she wants to do a DNA ancestry test. You totally should, Katie. I bet there's some very interesting things in your DNA. Very interesting. Yes. All right, I got time for one more question, and this one's a short one. If you could have any view from your back porch, what would it be? If you could have any view from your back porch, what would it be? All right, so that's the last question for today. What view would you like? All right, so no, it's Mom. We are all Italian now, found out many things. Oh, I'm sure. Because, the thing about Europe is people have migrated all over the place, right? If you were an Italian who lived in North Italy, chances are you were traveling back and forth between Italy and Germany, right? There's a lot of Italian blood in southern Germany people and a lot of German blood in northern Italy people. And you have that with France and, Switzerland, Norway and Sweden and Finland all being there, so as people, people who think they're of their purity, when they actually start looking into their DNA, find out they're just as much of a European mutt as everybody else. So, all right, let's go back up here. Yeah, Lady Godiva, that's what I'm talking about. Teresa says, I would like to do a DNA test, but I'm not sure if there's one that tells indigenous tribes. I think in the initial, like if you did it through ancestry.com, initially it's going to come up on there as Asian Pacific. And then as your DNA gets compared to more and more people, it becomes, they'll give you like a breakdown of which tribes it could be from. And then as time progresses, it becomes more crystal clear which tribe you're from. So it would do that. Okay, so Gypsy JJ says Bali High. That's what you would like to see out your back door? Okay. Plucky says the Irish countryside. Oh, that sounds amazing. Yes. Flowing with like mountains, trees, and animal life. Me too. That's exactly what I would want. A winding stream with moss-covered rocks. Ooh, I think I'd have to add that to mine too, Nancy. I like that idea. Jenny says the mountains here in New Mexico. Yeah, that would be nice. I'd have a view of the coastal range in Oregon. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And Katie says the Pacific coastline north of San Luis Obispo. I don't know how to say that. Willow says a swimming pool with trees and flowers, a pond of fish and lily pads. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Yeah, a swimming pool would be nice too. It would be nice. You know what I'd like to get is the kind of swimming pool that is just like a long skinny thing, and it's doing laps. A swimming pool for doing laps. I'd really like one of those. I have a yard though that's literally this big. It's this big. I don't know what I would do with that. Where I would put it. I would like everything that you guys were saying. I would like mountains. I would like streams, trees. There has to be trees. I have to have lots and lots of trees. Lots of different kinds of trees too, not just one kind of tree. I would need it to be in a zone that is somewhat temperate. I love snow, but I don't want it to be there all winter, right? So maybe someplace like Colorado where you can get a 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet dumped on you one day, and by tomorrow it's gone. Someplace like that. And yeah, I mean, I feel most at home near the woods and near water. I have to be near water. So there'd have to be a stream or a river or a lake. I have to have those. And Katie says, I have to have mountains with snow caps. Yes, because they're fun to paint too. A food forest. Ooh, a food forest. Yeah. All right. We're up to 10:52. All great questions. What am I? More coffee. There we go. Much better. All great answers to the questions, you guys. I really enjoy doing this. I love how this is helping us get to know each other. And I'm finding that we have an awful lot in common, you guys, all of us. I mean, we all have things that we like that are kind of similar, which is neat. And even the things that aren't similar are cool. So I like this. I'm really, really liking this. I put the tarot deck away. I was going to pull a card for you guys as kind of a end of the day kind of thing here. And I put the tarot deck away instead of shuffling it. I'm going to blame Ruben. This is fun, Katie. You're right. Teresa loves to see the mountains. So do I. Very much so. My favorite mountains in the United States are the Tetons, the Grand Teton Mountains. I have been there a couple times and I fell in love with them. They're just majestic. And I love the line. I love the way the mountains look. It's just a long line of these gorgeous mountains. And it's not too far from Yellowstone too, which I enjoyed going to Yellowstone. Although Yellowstone scares me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It scares me. I'm always thinking, is this thing going to blow? But, all right. Angels protect us. Spirits of the land and my home surround us. And ancestors, please give us wisdom. What do we need to know for the rest of the day, Spirit? Please and thank you. And we'll just pull one card, Spirit. That's the one. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups. And it was in the medicine position. So let me show it to you upright. Oh, it's shiny. I'm sorry. Knight of Cups. But it was in the medicine position. And what it says on the bottom of the card is, are you prepared to receive or give love, to give a love offer? But in the medicine position, what I'm feeling from this card is a conscious desire not to receive. Not receptive is what I'm feeling from this card. So it could be that maybe somebody has come to you with an idea or with some advice, maybe constructive criticism, something that feels like that. And you haven't been open to receiving that from them. And there's a definite emotion attached to this. Forgive me here, I'm processing. There's a definite emotion attached to this. It feels kind of like, I don't know, almost stubbornness, like a don't tell me what I need to do. Who are you to tell me what I need to do? That kind of feeling, this real wall, like you're putting up a wall. So I would say for the rest of the day today, try to be open. Try to look at criticism, constructive criticism. Okay. Try to look at that with an open mind and an open eye. Especially if it's coming from somebody that loves you. People who love you they don't want to crush your ego. They don't want to smash you. They don't want to belittle you or make you feel or look small. A lot of times when people who love you come to you with advice like that. They're doing it because they care, because they want you to be at your best. Okay. So for the rest of the day today, just kind of be open to that. Be open to that. Use your ears to listen and keep your mouth quiet and just take it in and digest it for a little while. You know, if it makes you angry, you know, try to replace that with love. Try to replace that with understanding and compassion towards the person who comes to you. More often than not, people who love us, who come to us with stuff like that, they're dreading telling you. You know, they're dreading talking about it. So a certain amount of compassion needs to be shown to them as well, because they had to get up the courage to come and talk to you, you know? So that's what I'm getting from Spirit. That might not apply to anybody, or it might apply to one, or it might apply to everybody, but maybe just keep it in the back of your mind. Somebody tries to give me some advice or constructive criticism, I'm going to sit with it for a day before I react. You know, just observe the advice. Okay. So what else we got here? Flowing says, thanks, Dali and friends, for the fun and morning company. Oh, always Flowing. I'm always happy to see you. And Katie says, Tucson is surrounded by mountains. Yeah, it's like a bowl, isn't it? It's kind of like a bowl there. Teresa says, I miss Oregon. I felt most comfortable there. Oh, I hope you can get back there. And Katie says, I am with you there, Teresa Ford. I grew up at Crater Lake National Park, and I get so homesick. Yeah. Jenny said, I did too when I was there. I got that at-home feeling. I get it here in New Mexico too. Since I've been here, it is just a peaceful place. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that that's your experience. And it's nice to feel comfortable by where you live. It certainly is. Yes. And Teresa says, yes, this was fun. Thank you, everyone. All right, so we're just about done here for today, guys. I want to thank you all for coming today. I really appreciate your friendship and your love. You guys are amazing. And so we'll see you next week. So again, Katie will be doing the Tuesday show. I'll do a Wednesday and Thursday next week. And Sonia will be back on Friday next week. So that will be great. And I love you guys. And please make sure that you guys connect with each other and support each other. You know, lots of people in here have channels. Please subscribe to them so that we can, you know, stay as a group here and just keep supporting and loving each other. Nancy says, this has been such a wonderful, fun respite. Thank you, Dali. You're very welcome. Katie says, life is slower in New Mexico. That sounds amazing. I'd like a slow life right now. And everyone's saying thank you. And so I love you guys. You have a great day. And I will see you all again on Sunday I'll see you tomorrow for my weekend spiritual forecast. And then on Sunday for our weekly reading. And then next week. All right. So take care, everybody. I love you. Mwah. All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.